Thanks for tuning back into the Tommy Campbell Show. I'm Tommy Campbell, still bald, still in my basement, and still covering the latest and stupid. Fresh off joining Donald Trump in an absolutely embarrassing ambush of Zelensky that ended with a little pat on the back for Diaper Dawn, totally creepy. JD Vance took a break to take his family to hit the slopes at Vermont's Sugar Bush Resort, and it didn't go so well. Actually, it didn't go at all. Protestors plagued JD's attempted ski vacation with an assortment of signs that were just fantastic. We're talking next level stuff here. We the people will not submit to ignorance. Get TF out, fascists, oligarchs, fat, bloated, ugly. Have you said thank you yet? Poutine, not Putin. Compassion is not transactional. Ukraine forever, Putin never. Putin's puppets, Vance Trump. No kings, fire Musk. Welcome to Vermont, where chainsaws are for cutting firewood, not shredding the Constitution. Hey JD, like our snow, keep it coming. Be a climate hero. Your choice, your legacy. JD has never 69'd. Well, does doing it with a futon count? Make America greatly ashamed. Vance uses fake syrup. Goodbye free world. Traitor Trump loves Russia. Go ski in Russia, traitor. There's a couple versions of that one. And Vance skis in jeans. JD Vance puts his cast iron skillet in the dishwasher. I don't know if that's real, but it's awesome. Points. Subscribe. If you were protesting JD Vance, what would you put on your sign? Let's have a laugh in the comments and keep it clean so I can actually see it. It wasn't just the people lining the streets. Businesses joined in with signage, letting the serial couch pounder know that he would not be served. You know who also wasn't served? U.S. Navy vessels in Norway. Norwegian fuel company, Haltback Bunkers, pronunciation, announced an immediate halt of supply to U.S. military forces and naval vessels docking in Norwegian ports. In a statement shared on Facebook, the company condemned the televised exchange between the leaders, calling it the biggest show ever presented live on TV. Haltback Bunkers praised Zelensky for his restraint during the discussion, accusing the U.S. of staging a backstabbing TV show. Accurate. As a result, we have decided to immediately stop as fuel provider to American forces in Norway and their ships calling Norwegian ports. No fuel to Americans, the company declared, further urging other Norwegian and European fuel providers to follow suit. The statement concluded with Slava Ukraina. Owner Gunnar Gran asserted that not a liter of fuel would be supplied to U.S. forces until Trump is finished. We run a private limited company and choose our customers. We lost a lot of revenue but have a moral compass. Now the United States is excluded based on their behavior towards the Ukrainians. Yeah, thanks, Trump. Really nailed it. JD Vance never got to go skiing and his family had to see all that signage. In the last few weeks, he's made a fool of himself in Munich, called for the rehiring of the Doe staffer that posted several things, including normalize Indian hate. Now, in case you missed it, that's his wife. So it still blows my mind. I mean, maybe they don't get on. From there, he took part in the Zelensky ambush where he demanded a thank you when the guy opened up with multiple thank yous. He patted Trump like a dog, and for those not in the know, the reporter that attacked Zelensky over his outfit choice, which is quite like mine, thank you, was real America's voice, Brian Glenn. Yes, the Oompa Loompa-headed boyfriend of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Outlets like this weren't even in the building. Now they have a front row seat. It's insane. Also, this is how Brian sometimes dresses on his show. But his Minecraft-headed spork-footed girlfriend is clearly on Team Russia, posting, "Have you ever noticed how for decades now Hollywood always made Russia the bad guy in their movies? It's like Americans have been programmed to believe Russia must be the enemy at all times." This is the person that is the hugest advocate for homeschooling. They want to rewrite history and eliminate the science, and that's terrifying. She talked about gazpacho police and Peachtree dishes. She probably thinks the Cold War was when the McFlurry came out and DQ had to up their game. Oh, and again, here are those lift shoes. You know, the ones Trump begged the Secret Service to get when he was nearly shot because he didn't want close-ups of these bad boys. Now, another word about this confrontation that the right-wing media loves to call a shouting match when it was multiple people shouting at Zelensky, who was just trying to translate. It's very hard to have a fast-paced conversation with multiple people when English isn't your first language. I think this gets overlooked a lot. You can't go full speed at someone that's doing the math on the fly. But that was part of it. They used this to their advantage and that made it even more disgusting. Longtime viewers of the show know I called J.D. Vance as vice president for a long time because J.D. Vance's company was the main investor in Rumble, the right-wing media platform, and host to Russia TV. RT continues to share all these clips as a huge victory for Russia, whereas the rest of the world and most of America is in total shock and disgust. Benny Johnson, a Rumble star, the useful idiot commentator, part of Russia-funded Tenet Media, had high praise for Donald Trump for using a cell phone. This guy's so desperate to normalize the sweet potato-headed dingleberry's hectic golf schedule that he's hyping him for using an iPhone? My son was FaceTiming his grandma the second he could hold it. This is not an achievement, but thanks to my planted Secret Soros devices, I have the audio of this phone call.
I'm just here with Elon and his son, the meat shield. That's what he calls him. When I first heard the term meat shield, I thought it was the kind of thing Stormy wanted me to wear. No, thank you. Eclipses aren't the only thing I like to raw dog. Now, I get you're having trouble on the holiday, JD, but you could have skied at Mar-a-Lago. That's what Don Jr. does. The guy loves powder. And remember, Ivanka's here, and she's so hot. In fact, I think she's headed to the pool. I gotta go. Bye, JP.
At the time of making this video, Trump has been in office 42 days. He spent 12 golfing. That is 28.5% of his presidency. What a machine. The petition to revoke Elon Musk's citizenship is now over 358,000 signatures and growing. Congratulations, you people are awesome. I recommended 2 Oscar films on the show, Honora and A Real Pain. So it was great to see Honora sweep and A Real Pain get Kieran Culkin his first Oscar. Like the guy from Home Alone, the other guy, he got an Oscar. But his speech about using his award to get his wife to have more kids was just weird. I mean, really, that's just wrong, man. Who wants more kids? Okay, joking here, kind of. Good movie, strange speech. In fact, all the speeches were straightforward. Nothing political came out. Was hoping for a bit. I think the closest we got was the Conan-Sandler exchange at the beginning, mocking his attire. I mean, that had to be rooted in the Trump-Zelensky meeting. It takes a lot to make an independent show, and I couldn't do it without you. Cry harder, lefties. J.D. Vance was calm and absolutely told the truth. Trump will get the Nobel Peace for this.
Totally. That's what he calls him. Doesn't want to get Luigi'd. When I first heard the term meat shield, I thought it was the kind of thing Stormy wanted me to wear.
Further urging other J.D. Vance never got to go skiing, and his family had to see all that signage. In the last few weeks, he's made a fool of himself. Fresh off joining Donald Trump in an absolutely embarrassing ambush. Is that when you put on blush? The reporter that attacked Zelensky over his outfit choice was Real America's Voice, Brian Glenn. Yes, the Oompa Loompa-headed boyfriend of Marjorie Taylor Greene. What happened to you, man?
The Tommy Campbell Show is the best political comedy show on YouTube. And I hope you subscribe.